Hi there y'all, I'm PaintthatBell, and today what I'll be doing is I will be drawing your OCs, and we are starting right now. Alright, so this first OC is from Naki New from DeviantArt, and I actually have a little bit of information on this character. It is a Just Dance OC, and he was made in 2004. He's a dude, and the dance mode is single. Pictogram color is purple. Glove color is, well, red. Codename is Kahikitsatiist. I hope I'm not butchering that. Good grief. And they can include a little link at the end of their description for this OC. Let's see, the dancer is a boy. He is wearing a jacket dinosaur with wolf ear, a pink shirt, a trunks plaid, a purple sock, and purple shoes. Well, I mean, you can kind of tell his appearance from the way I'm drawing him. But that appearance description, I wish I could have read sooner, because quite honestly, it would have helped me in making some of the decisions for his design. Even though the decisions that I thought were the right way actually turned out to be correct, it still would have helped me if I had just went down and scrolled down the page a little bit further. In any case, I had a lot of fun with this character. The pose was so much fun. I honestly loved doing the pose. I was thinking for the pose at first was more like a hip-hop dance, you know, to match his look and outfit. But then I decided against that and do a pose that I'm not as familiar with, which was sort of a ballerina pose a little. Which, in all honesty, it might not match the outfit, but it looks like he's having fun, and it gives a certain grace and fluid movement to him instead of looking stiff. So, personally, I think it looks really good, and I hope the artist who drew the OC likes him too. I might have made his skin appear more flesh-like instead of like the white, like pure white skin that he had in the picture. But I did my best. And what I really did for the eyes was I drew like, the artists for their OC did little dots, and instead of doing like regular eyes, I thought I would follow through and make his eyes like dots too, because come on, I can't assume everything about this character. All in all, this was a really fun character to draw, and I had so much fun drawing him. He looks adorable, quite honestly, from the design that the artist drew him as to the way the pose is in right now. And it is just amazing. Quite honestly, I don't know what Just Dance OCs are. I mean, I kind of have a clue. Are they like from the game Just Dance? Oh, it looks like we already gone to the next OC. Okay, so this OC is actually a persona design by Ruri. Now, they didn't include any information in this OC, or rather persona, so I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about the design, and maybe explain what a persona is for anyone who doesn't know. A persona is like the artist's interpretation of themselves as a character. It's basically like drawing a self-portrait of yourself, but instead adding like little niches and little details in there like they're an actual character instead of just drawing a portrait. I've done it before, and it was actually the first video that I've ever done. And I'm thinking about redesigning my persona soon. But for artists, personas are just nothing but fun. It's just fun, and honestly, it's practice, so yeah. And when I looked at this persona, I thought it was amazingly designed, and it was so adorable. I love the style that they went with it. It was more along the line of chibi, and it was just adorable. I love the little glasses, the pleated skirt, the sweater, the little bow, and even the pink-ish hair that it has. It's all so cute. So when I drew this one, I wanted to reminiscent that cuteness. And I guess her persona is shy, so I decided I wanted to make her into a shyer pose, with a cute shy pose, and oh my goodness, I had so much fun with this. It was so much fun. I loved doing the pose, and it was, honestly, this one might be my favorite ones I've drawn yet, just because I loved doing the pose. But the most fun I've had with this one was the hair. I have curly hair personally, and I've drawn a lot of people straight hair, so to do curly hair once in a while is actually a fun little challenge. And one of my favorite things doing is inking. And when drawing curly hair, there's a lot of inking involved in it. If you want to go for with a style with more inking involved, there's a lot of inking to do. And you have to follow the certain direction of the hair in which it curls. And it's honestly so much fun. The only difficulty I have when drawing curly hair is to try and not overgo with the inking, and to try and leave some room for highlights on the hair. I managed to leave some highlights this time, but in the past I've always done way too much inking for curly hair, and I just left barely any room for highlighting and shading the hair at all. Luckily this time, for this other person's character, I managed to do that. Phew! And for the hair, what I noticed was it wasn't just a solid brown to pink, just flayed out. It just had an actual gradient from light pink all the way down to the bottom, which was the darkest pink hair color. So it reminded me sort of like a ombre hairstyle. Instead of, using lighter hair color, they put pink there and had like a sort of gradient from there. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a really neat hairstyle. Now, moving on to the clothing, I really love the sweater. It's so cute, and I really love off-the-shoulder sweaters for characters like this. And I think it's really cute and it's really neat. Now, for the tennis shoes and the pleated skirt, I didn't know if it was black or if it was like a really different type of green or something. I really didn't know, because while it could be considered black, it could also be considered green because it isn't 100% black. But all in all, I think it looks really good, and I hope the artist really likes it, and I hope I paid enough attention to details in the personality of the persona, because personas can be really special to artists. So I really hope that the artist likes it. Okay, so next up, I have a mouse furry by Jedi Wolf 29, and this OC her name is Lotus Silverspear, and she has a little bit of a backstory, so I'm going to go ahead and say what it is. Lotus Silverspear has a hasty history. As an infant, she was adopted by a wolf couple living in the Mouse Kingdom, and has been raised normally since then, having a couple of wolf siblings to keep her company as an outcast. Eventually, she and Lewis began a well, it really says begin, but I guess I'm going to go with that. Eventually, she and Lewis began a relationship from the common feeling of being alone with your quirk. Very, very good bonding with Mark. That's an interesting backstory. it leaves a little bit of mystery in there, and you don't have to go into full backstory like you do with some other characters. Sometimes backstories, the best backstories, are the ones that don't explain too much or aren't very complicated, and it's just the simplicity of the character's backstory that is just beautiful sometimes. And thank you to Jedi Wolf 29 for doing this, but they actually let me choose an OC from a certain amount of characters, and I had so much fun with that. But without further ado, this video is coming to a close. I would like to thank all of the artists for participating in this. Thank you for coming to watch this video. Please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell right next to it, and I'll see y'all later. Alright, bye-bye!